I could. No, that'd probably just burn me to crisp if I try to grab that. But I want to.
It's.
I really want to.
So I want you to think back. Darwin's sitting around a campfire. He's had a few lizard ales. Oh, that takes me back to the commercials. And the idea to grab the fire and think of how successful that grabbing a bonfire would be.
Yeah, I feel like
you can do it.
Darwin.
You can try anything.
Oh, I love that.
I believe we are looking for a secret tunnel.
I think we're
Secret tunnel.
So I will recap where we were.
I'm gonna make a boulder here.
This will certainly be the TPK portion of the series. So good luck, everybody.
No.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you guys are really good at persuasive or roll really well, or I roll really poorly. Anything's possible.
I'm good at persuasion.
Solo is amazing.
All right, so last
I just need to roll right.
Last week, you guys traversed the rest of the dungeon. You found a dragon statue, and you threw a bunch of torches and lights at it and fire, and nothing happened. You did find a shadow and killed the shadow. I don't think it hit anybody. The party adventured onward. Solo snuck down a hall after Darwin's mouse refused to. And then Solo broke into a door at the end of the hall, made a threat towards the goblins. Then everybody thought that the remaining goblins would be super friendly, and they led the party into a trap. A fight ensued, bushes were burned. The red squares are the bonfires that burnt those bushes. At the end of the session, the goblin that ran down that Solo had intimidated came back and yelled that they had been granted an audience. And that is where we will pick up. The party...
Well, let's do this.
The party is welcome to pick up with the knowledge that there is an audience with the keeper of the Gulthias Tree lying ahead.
Good thing is, I don't think Darwin was paying
Kenna, do you want to lead?
Glory to the Sky Spear?
Yes, I will go first. If anything jumps out of any of these bushes, I will slaughter them all.
I'm gonna try my best.
Small trees, shrubs.
Darwin.
I'll kill them all.
I'll be right behind you, Kenna.
What?
Darwin, you next.
Oh, okay.
Can I try to stealth behind everyone? Hey, DM, can I try to stealth behind everyone?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
That's gonna be a 23.
Okay.
Keep up, lads.
So, Kenna, as the head of the group, you're far enough down you start to see branches of a large tree hang in the distance. There are broken walls all around like it was fortified at one point. And the text, a walled clearing is here among the briars. The walls are about 20 feet high, which is less than half the height of the cavern's ceiling. Several varieties of plants grow around the perimeter of the clearing, including a few suspicious-looking saplings. What could those be? But their importance pales for that which stands at the courtyard's center. Beneath the fungal light grows an evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs reach upward like skeletal hand clawing its way out of the earth. Before it stand a few twig blights, a heavily armored young human male with a shield and a sword, a blonde young human woman in a robe fit for a noble, and a middle-aged bearded human male wearing a hooded brown robe and armed with a staff and sickle. The younger humans have black eyes and gray skin with the texture of bark. And well, since the description said you see the twig blights, have some twig blights.
Let's remain calm, Kenna. Maybe they're here to get the fruit too.
As you approach, the one by the tree calls out to you. They said you wanted an audience about our tree. Come closer and we shall talk.
All right. Remember.
Wonderful.
Remember, Kenna. No fighting. Okay?
Yet, Darwin, you're getting ahead of yourself, lad.
Darwin, wait for us.
And as he reached that spot, he holds up his hand and he says, close enough. Do you see the tree behind me? Isn't it marvelous? This is what you came for, correct?
Yes.
The fruit of the Gulthias Tree?
It's magnificent. I was muted. I rushed ahead and bowed is what I said, but I was muted. So sorry about that.
He slowly nods at your bow and he says, it's very brave of you to adventure past the goblins towards us. You wish to serve the tree?
Actually, we're just here to receive its fruit. We need to bring back some of it for medicine.
We come here as friends. And
go ahead.
Darwin bows his head a second time when he says friends. Like he looks up and then he says friends and his head bows.
He nods at you again as you bow, and Baliana, he looks towards you and he says, the tree is not quite medicine, but you are welcome to its seeds, for those who receive them become servants of the tree, as my friends here have experienced. Yes, you see, this tree is a special tree. It bridges the divide between life and death in a spectacular way. When I discovered it, I was exiled for my experiments with it, but since then, I have discovered the truth of the tree. It has unfurled its knowledge towards me. You see, the tree is both dead and alive at once. Beneath it, long ago, it started its life as a stake in the vampire's heart. And then from that stake grew this tree, life and death. And we here are called to serve it and spread the seeds. So you may help in that service. Not as the goblins do, of course.
I believe there's been a misunderstanding. I'm here for fruit, not seeds.
Same.
The fruit is inconsequential. The fruit is the mechanism which spreads the seeds. The children of the tree will colonize the world, and then the tree, and me at its head, will rule. You understand? The fruit is inconsequential. The fruit is the waning of life and death, the winter, the summer. One gives life, the other takes it away. It cannot be replicated or used or harnessed. It can only be spread through its true essence. These wonderful plant creatures, fruits of its labor, my labor. The fruit is truly inconsequential.
While this is all going on, can Darwin cast Unseen Servant and kind of steal one of the fruits?
There is only one fruit currently growing, and it's not fully ripe because you are still just before midsummer. And Unseen Servant You can cast Unseen Servant. Do you want to cast Unseen Servant?
Yes, I do. I'm like, I don't know. As long as we don't get caught, nothing bad happens. And if we do, they won't know it's us.
Well, yes, it might be one of the other people down here. So just to remind you of the requirements of that spell, Unseen Servant has verbal, somatic, and material components. So when certain things are cast, there's an obviousness by nature. So the servant is unseen, but the casting is not necessarily unseen. So where do you put this unseen servant?
Darwin just kind of taps his fingers and then it would appear on top of the tree.
We're going to rename that Unseen Servant.
Yeah, not a ghost. Darwin's scared of ghosts.
That's okay. What would you, I'll make it a shadow if you want.
No, that would scare Darwin more.
What does your Unseen Servant look like?
Well, it's invisible.
But if you had to give it form, that's why it's a ghost, because ghosts are invisible.
Kind of a skeletal butler is what I imagine.
But
Alright.
but people can see a skeleton. But okay.
Right.
And then before it steals the fruit, for now, I just want it to kind of shake the tree to test the waters. But not like viciously shake, just kind of like twitching the branches.
Alright, give me a second. I hear unsettling noises.
I really hope that if this does slightly work, it doesn't alert them. And if so, I'm kind of hoping that Solo can do something, because he's not with us.
I'm
Alright, I'm back.
knowing, Darwin, that you have cast a spell that has verbal and somatic components. I mean, they obviously know what's going on in terms of you casting a spell.
If they
And
ask,
then
I'll
your
just say
spell-
I'm praying.
As you say that, Sharwin, the lady of the group, she yells out, "He cast something. I don't see what it is though."
Madam,
Darwin.
I'm just praying. Can I roll deception?
Deception.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
13.
Let's keep this somewhat 2024 and make this a contest. All right, everybody roll initiative.
God damn it.
17.
I am still snuck, so I have a 23 on that sneak.
Yep, you can
On that
be.
stealth.
That will last until the end of your turn. Let's say.
15.
Till the end of my turn. What? Okay.
Unless
Thank you,
unless
Dan.
you don't
I
want to do
appreciate
any,
you.
unless you don't want to
I
do
appreciate
anything.
you, and I appreciate you and all your good graciousness. Thank you for gracing me with the ability to hold my stealth.
Okay, so with that, Darwin, you are the first to go, and he does not seem to believe you.
Let's see.
Bailey is just gonna facepalm herself. Really?
Okay. I hate it when I'm one of the first ones to go. Okay, he's still gonna try to keep his cover even though it's blown. He doesn't fully realize that, but he looks at what's her face? Sharwin?
Yes, she is the one that told that you had cast a spell.
And I cast Vicious Mockery, just saying, I was praying you wouldn't know what a prayer looks like if it hit you in the face.
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save is 13.
Okay, she fails. So
she takes 3 points of damage.
Okay, she takes 3 points of damage. The fight has started.
And yeah, I don't think I can do anything. Well, let's see.
Alright. Then if you're good, Bailiana's next.
You're good, Darwin?
I think so. Go ahead, and what do you have?
Alright. I was hoping to talk to them a bit more, but looks like that's out of the question. As she throws ice knife at Shauna.
Okay.
Shauna?
Sharwin, probably.
Sharwin.
Okay.
Can you guys hear? I can hear you now.
Damn it.
We can hear you now.
If you,
Yep. That's
I don't know if you guys heard it, but I wanted to end my turn with also raging.
Okay. Bonus
Okay.
action rage. You are now raging.
And
Feel
that
free to
is
rage
all I
across the country.
Mhm.
Yay! I don't know why, but everything on my computer just went all funky for a split sec.
It happens. Computers sometimes have issues like that. Bailiana, go ahead and roll to attack.
I tried, but failed with ice knife.
All right, and the ice knife has a secondary effect for a dexterity saving throw. So she is going to make that. She fails. 2d6 cold damage.
Awesome sauce. I'll roll the damage.
Actually, what level did you cast it at?
I cast it at that will be my where is it? Where's it? First level.
Okay, so it's not a d10 damage. It would be 2d6. The initial hit's a d10, and then the cold shatter after that is 2d6s.
Alright, so you want me to roll to 2d6s?
Yes.
Mine 7.
Alright, perfectly average damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so the knife misses, but it still explodes as it hits by her, and she cannot get away from the ice shrapnel. Bailiana, is there anything else?
Oh, give me one moment, and I'll also quickly end my turn, okay?
Okay, turn ended, and you need a moment though?
Yeah, I just need a quick moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Tell us when you're back.
Can do.
Just realized I have my guy on the tree still, and I think until I get hit, he's still up there.
In my mind, he's just kind of up there shaking the trees like a dead wind blowing the breeze.
I never told him to stop. He's just like.
Actually, he might. Let me see if that's a concentration spell.
I'm pretty sure if I get distracted or like hit or something, he goes away.
So unseen servant.
I am so sorry.
Wow,
Shenanigans.
So loud.
Sorry, shenanigans.
That's fine. I fully understand shenanigans.
Thank you.
All right.
Unseen servant is.
I know it can't really do much. It can't attack anything.
It lasts an hour apparently.
I'm kind of surprised that it's not concentration, but
I'm surprised too. I thought it was.
that's all the better because you can't really rage and concentrate on a spell at the same time.
Oh, that's good. And also, he can't really fight, so he's just gonna be up there, I guess.
It is a shame that he can't fight because there is a fight going on.
Yep.
And Belak holds out his hand, and a flaming spear. Let's see. His action, he is going to create a flaming spear, and it can move. So we are going with that flaming spear bursting into existence, flames whirling around like a fire tornado. It will slam this way into Darwin. And Darwin, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is
Belak.
a 10.
Belak yells, "You should not have cast anything at archery." And so 2d6 fire damage. Let me just make sure his spell save DC isn't wrong. Nope. That fails. So as it slams into you and there's a fire trail behind you, you're going to take 7 points of fire damage. And that will cut in half to 3 with the rage. But a big ball of fire has hit into you. And next, the giant frog is going to start to hop.
Curious about that frog.
Same.
And it jumps up to the sky spear. And it bites at you. For a 20 to hit.
Oh, damn. Yep, that'll do it.
And as it hits, you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage. And as it bites into you with its teeth, it kind of wraps around you, and you are currently grappled.
Crap.
And the goblin pulls out his little short bow, and he is going to aim at Darwin.
No. I kind of deserve it, though. Well, I definitely deserve it.
Okay, 18 to hit Darwin.
Okay, yeah, that's hits.
So he fires off his bow. It hits into your back. Take 5 points of piercing damage. Round down to 2 with rage.
So, would be... That'd be 3?
No, so round it down and then take 1 lower than that. So 2.5 would go down to 2. Or, yeah. So 5 goes to 2.5, 2.5 goes to 2.
Alrighty, this rage is really saving my butt right now.
A rage will have that effect. Bailiana, Sharwin looks at you and she goes, "Let me teach you something about magic." And she
Oh,
holds up
boy.
her hand, and 3 glowing points of light appear above it, and all 3 of them hit directly into you. So the magic missile fires off.
Oh, crap.
Take 9 points. Take 9 points of force damage. And then she starts to slowly step back. And she kind of stands underneath the tree closer to Belak. And Sir Bradford, Darwin, you're right there, bud. Sir Bradford takes out a long sword that looks very ornate. It's got a special sheen to it. And he, with one hand, shield in the other, he will thrust it at you for a 13 to hit. I think that misses.
I have an armor class of 14, yay!
And after he does that, he takes 1 step to the left. Bailiana, you can have an opportunity attack if you want it.
Can do.
Go ahead, make an opportunity attack.
I take a swing at him with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
15.
Does not hit. He takes his shield and he parries your blow with it. And he steps away. Oh no. Little twig blights. They don't look like they're going to attack, but it looks like they're trying to form a wall between you and the tree. And the twig blights behind you.
Wait, there's ones behind us? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys walked by some twig.
All those bushes.
You guys walked right by some twig blights.
I think we should have burned all the bushes.
That would have been a strategy. Alright, so twig blight hits Kenna, or tries to hit Kenna. Kenna, 22 to hit. He's going to hit his claws into you for 4 points of damage. And another twig blight appears. And one more appears. Alright, so you guys are surrounded. And Kenna, you are next to go.
That flaming spear, I know that came from Belak, right?
It did. I mean, it almost certainly did. 2 people have cast magic, though.
There's only one path to glory, and it's defending your friends.
Yeah.
Misstep.
Okay.
I'm going to use Step to the Fae. Allowing me to cast Misty Step.
All right. The frog kind of folds in air around you as it circles in on itself as you release from it.
I'm going to use the Refreshing Step to give myself 1d10 temporary hit points. So I'll get 7 temp HP from that. And I'm going to pop up right here by Belak.
Okay. He goes, wah!
And then I am going to hit him with a Booming Blade Spear attack.
We'll see about that.
Ooh, dirty 20.
That surprisingly hits.
10 points of psychic damage. Ooh, 10 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
I get to choose when I use the pack weapon. So 10 points of radiant damage. This has... it is my pack weapon, so it is repelling blast. And he will move 10 feet back.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going this way with him.
Yep.
Okay.
And if he moves before my next turn, he will take 1d8 thunder damage.
Alright, and we're going to do a concentration saving throw to see if he can maintain his concentration. DC 10, which he does. He very steadily makes that save.
That is one twig blight next to me. You know what? Kenna is going to attempt the hit and run here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so you're going to take the opportunity attack from the little twig?
Yeah, one twig blight can make an opportunity attack.
Alright, 19. So he will hit.
Damn it.
He scrapes this, not bad, 2 points of damage. His little claws hit into your leg as you take the steps back.
All right, I've still got 10 HP left, so I'm relatively happy with this.
Alright, and Kenna, that wraps it up for you. Solo, you remain unseen. You did see those twig blights happen, the fight in front of you, and the goblin hit into Darwin with a bow, which he currently still has in hand.
Solo's gonna kind of like loosen his body, like, or whatnot, and kind of like give himself like little shakes or whatnot, shake out his little nervousness. Go, okay, and cast a Zephyr Strike on himself. And with that, is going to take the shot of advantage and try to hit this first twig blight.
Okay.
With short bow. Use that advantage. So that's gonna be 23 to hit.
Yep, go ahead and roll damage.
And since this is stealthy, is there any extra damage for it being like a surprise attack kind of deal? I know it's a twig blight, but I want to obliterate this thing.
No, typically you, being hidden, you would have had natural advantage towards it.
But okay,
because he doesn't. He can't see to defend.
That's gonna be 6 points of base damage with 1 point of psychic and 1d8. Hold on. Oh, come on, get out of here. 1d8 plus another 6 points of force damage.
Alright, so you hit this thing and it's the back of its head dead center, and it just falls forward and stops moving in a way that's not pretending to be a tree anymore. It is just a dead little plant creature.
And then to do any kind of like persuasion roll or any, I don't want to do stealth, that is an action, right? Or is that a bonus action?
It's trying to...
Because I can wait till my next turn if need be, but I want to persuade Goblin B with my bag of gold to help us.
So you can make the offer to him. Doing it, influencing is a full action, but you're welcome to make the overture and see if that has any effect. Non-mechanically
I'm gonna do
speaking.
like a whistle at him, like, and have him try to like glance at me. And I'm gonna hold my bag at him, hold my bag of gold, and kind of like jingle it. And then I'm gonna like have my eyebrows go up and down, be like, you know what this means, you know, jingle, jingle, jingle,
Jingle,
you know,
jingle,
and
jingle.
hopefully that passes along, so it's not like a full action or anything like that. But I'm definitely trying to send a message.
I mean,
And
he
that's it for my
notices
turn.
you. He notices you. There's a message sent. And
Please don't kill me for it. I'll give it to you willingly, but
Darwin,
Go ahead.
would you like to take a turn, or would you like to skip your turn?
I would like to take a turn.
What?
I just have a question
Yes.
before I take my turn. So, I can command my skeleton butler, but would that count as an action or a bonus action?
I believe it's a bonus action to make him do things, keeping in mind that he has limited things that he can do.
Yes, I have a slight plan, which I hope works. But first, I'm gonna let's go to little frog guy.
Little my butt.
So the way that lines up, if you're stepping away from Bradford, what you would have to do to get that close enough to hit him, Bradford's gonna swing at you.
Then he's gonna swing at me anyway. I'm gonna go towards Bradford.
Okay, he can't swing at you unless you step out of his reach.
Okay, well, Darwin is just gonna take the scimitars and, like he's done many times before, he's just gonna try to stab him through both sides of the neck, cutting the airway and all that fun stuff.
All right, go ahead and roll 2 attack rolls.
Alrighty, first one is a 12.
What's the second one?
Second one is a 10.
So the first one he swings off with his shield, the second one with his sword, and you can see his sword, that his sword is coming around. You feel the burning ball of heat next to you, by the way. You feel it. You feel it has an incredible heat that's swirling around, and the longer you stand there, the hotter it feels.
Alrighty, so is he going to hit me?
He can't take an opportunity attack unless you step out of his range. You're basically currently sandwiched between him and the flaming spear. And Colkit was here. He was just kind of wrapped around Kenna. So he is just right out of your range.
So here's what I'm thinking. I could... No, that'd probably just burn me to crisp if I try to grab that. But I want to. I really want to.
So I want you to think back. Darwin's sitting around a campfire. He's had a few lizard ales. Oh, that takes me back to the commercials. And the idea to grab the fire and think of how successful that grabbing a bonfire would be.
Yeah, I feel like
you can do it.
Darwin,
You can try anything.
I feel like we're going to move. We're not going to completely move away from the spear, but we are going to move far enough to hopefully activate Bradford's attack.
No, you basically have to be more than 5 feet away from him. So you'd have to take a step. Oh, looking at that, you probably could have taken a step towards the toad without stepping out of his range.
Yeah, because I want to. So would my attacks count towards continuing my rage?
Yeah, your rage is. If you would make an attack, your rage continues.
All right, because I didn't know if it was if I got hit or anything, or like if I had to actually hit them with my attack.
I'm gonna let you do a small retcon because I gave you bad information, and that's on me. If you want to attack the giant toad instead of Sir Darwin, you can step to doing that, and Sir Darwin won't get an opportunity attack because you're still in his range. Do you want to make an attack towards that?
Much rather attack the frog.
Yeah, I'll let you re-roll those against the frog because I gave you bad information. Yeah, that was my bad.
That sounds perfect to me. First one does 11 damage.
All right.
Second one does 11 to hit. Oh no, that's 7 to hit for the second one.
So the first one hits. That's the main attack. So go ahead and Roll damage.
And that is a 5.
Alright, so you do hit into the frog with the first attack. The second attack slides past its slippery skin.
Alright, so basically there's a scimitar that's still in my hand
It's
in
gonna
the frog's
kind
eye.
of move you here so you're still in range. Okay.
Feel free. But yeah, scimitar that's still in my hand is in the frog's eye, so I poke the frog's eye.
Alright, do you want to tell the unseen servant to do anything?
Yes. I'm just going to yell, and nobody actually... Everybody knows I cast a spell, but nobody knows what I cast. So I'm just going to yell, distraction. And
He's
I'm going
an unseen servant.
Well, yeah, they don't know what... They don't know... Nobody knows anything right now but me. And then he's just going to... with a kind of like knowing in his invisible skull, just takes the fruit and chucks it towards Kinna. While everybody's like hopefully looking at me because I've just randomly yelled distraction.
Let me think about something for a second. You roll a d20.
Okay, because I don't care how far it gets, I just care if people are looking
Roll
at
a
me.
d20 at disadvantage.
Okay, how do I do disadvantage again?
Roll d20 twice. Your unseen servant ain't that great at throwing things, I think.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But distance isn't the matter, it just matters if he's caught. Okay, first one was 8, second one is... 3. Okay, it does matter when it's that bad.
That's the apple.
Oh. Please tell me everybody was at least distracted by me.
Kinna is definitely looking at you.
Baleon is more distracted by getting
please-
attacked.
Just please tell me that everybody that needs to be distracted for the fruit knows that I'm just yelling to yell.
If you say distraction, she's gonna look at you.
So we will see if that affects anybody. Baleana, it is your turn. There's a big sphere of fire in front of you.
Oh shit. I am gonna move out of the way. Thank you. And is there any role that when looking at Darwin when he yelled distraction?
No, if you want to in-story distract yourself, that's up to you. There's no role to say if you were distracted.
Alright. And she'll hit towards Blake, casting Chili on her quarterstaff.
Alright, magic
And
energy imbues through it.
time for a whack. What is with my rolls today? Does a 10 do anything to the blight here?
They're not hard to hit, but they are slightly harder than that. Question, are you right next to it, or are you next to the spear?
I am right next to the blight.
Okay, you still feel the heat of the fire, but not as intensely. You hit the ground next to the blight. It looks up at you with plant eyes that grow big for a second, as in a, "What are you doing to me? You're a druid" kind of moment.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't want to hurt you, but you're kind of attacking me.
Anything else?
Let me just check what I have. Hope. I end my turn.
Okay. So, what happens next? Belak stands up but doesn't move, and he dusts himself off, and he raises his hand and he points towards Baleana, and he yells, "You won't hurt my plants!" And
Great.
So the spear will kick into action. And
Would it be a problem if I'm also a Eladrin?
he make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, come on!
That fails. So you're going to take 9 points of fire damage as the spear hits into you, swirls around, and stops.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
And Belak attempts to take a step towards Sharwin. So how much damage is he going to take?
He will take 1d8, which I will roll right now.
Bailey is not looking good right now, guys.
6 points of damage.
Okay, so he stops after he takes the first step and he holds his chest and he breathes heavily. And as he's holding his chest, he looks like he was going to touch Sharwin for a moment, but then he just keeps his hand on his chest, and you see a magical light come across his chest, and what you would recognize as healing energy go into his chest.
No.
I believe that triggers another concentration saving throw on his sphere, right?
It will. So let me figure out how much he's going to get back. Okay. And the damage, so it'll be a DC 10 con save to hold the spear, which he fails. So Bailey, Anna, you see that sphere shrink out of existence in a puff of smoke. And Belak goes, unfortunate. The giant frog's turn to go. And it's gonna hit the one next to it.
No.
Teeth out. 16 hits.
Okay.
So one, he bites into you and circles around you.
Doing like a gator roll.
Kinda.
Yes.
He's like almost like he's positioning for the next bite. So 7 points of damage, rounded down to 3 if you're raging.
Yep.
And you are currently restrained. And
Okay.
it still has teeth in you.
Okay, well, Darwin's probably going to have an animalistic fight for the rest of the battle with this little guy. Well, little guy.
Alright, I have the goblin going next. Solo, he looks back. He looks between you and the battle going on in front of him. Is it obvious how much gold you're offering him? Hippie?
Hippie.
Hippie Viking?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. It's an enclosed bag, so like he can't know for sure if it's all even gold, but it is, and it's a heavy bag of jingles, essentially. If I'm gonna be completely straightforward.
Well, the first thing he's gonna do, he's gonna kind of get away from. He looks nervous at you. And this time he grabs his short bow, and after moving, he pulls it at Baliana. And Baliana, an arrow flies out. He is too distracted to hit, though. It goes by you and into the cavern. Sharwin.
All right. So Darwin is.
Sharwin. Unless you want to do an X, yeah. Sharwin's next on the hit list. And how many spell slots does she have? Okay. She will start to wave her hand in the air. And Hannah, you feel a special sensation start to come over you. And let's see how she does with her last spell slot.
Oh my.
What is your current hit point total?
Jesus Christ.
2 8s, 2 8s, a 4, a 5, and a 1.
So 23, including the temp HP, so I'm down.
You fall asleep.
Oh, I fall asleep. Oh.
No, yep. She casts sleep on you. So if 26 is over your current hit point total, you are asleep.
Yep.
And
I'm sleepy.
Darwin, as a
Oh man, you scared me there. Holy crap.
as you fall asleep, I imagine your eyes shut, and there is the light of a sky spear in the sky above you. And
like little birds floating around, but instead it's a spear.
so, as a restrained target, Darwin, Sir Bradford is going to swing with advantage because you are wrapped up by that animal. And advantage hurts.
Okay. Does my rage help me at least?
It will cut this crit in half.
Okay, I'm good with that. That's yep.
And so you're going to take 7 points of slashing damage as he finds a very strong blow to twist in.
Uh-oh, I'm all of a sudden looking like a kobold.
Oh no, kobolds would have died a long time ago. And the twig blight's in play. Solo, you are no longer hidden. This one runs back to you after you killed his friend. They had a long storied life together.
They were married.
Take 18, not 18 points of damage, 18 to hit. And that will be 5 points of damage as it fiercely claws into your shins. And the last twig blight that's going to do anything, Baliana, the one you swung at and hit the ground next to, he will hit you with a 20.
Yep, that'll do it. How about the damage?
And those 5, those little fierce eyes that were so cutesy a second ago are filled with fire now. And you take 5 points of damage. And the turn goes to Kenna. When does sleep wear off?
I
don't think it
does.
I don't think until somebody wakes you up.
Yeah. I don't even think I get saving throws against it on my turn. I think it just sits.
Solo. You look out over the field. Baliana is hurt. Darwin is in the craw of a giant frog with a sword stuck in him. And Kenna is fast asleep. What do you do?
Ooh, 24 sleep does give me a saving throw.
Ooh, sweet. Go take that shit.
Go ahead and roll a saving throw.
Did I get a saving throw on my turn against it?
Let me look up, because the stat blocks for these guys are still using the 2014 rules. Let's see if
2014 sleep is no saving throw and I stay. It's a killer.
Let's see.
But 24... Go ahead.
24 takes away so much of sleep's overpoweredness. I love that. I love that for sleep because I hated sleep because that was like just such a quick way for you to like easy one shot big bads if you could or whatever. And as a DM, I had someone try to put my big bad to sleep instantly, and I was like, nope, that will never happen again.
Learned your lesson.
Okay, now let's see if we can retcon this a little bit. Go ahead and throw a first wisdom saving throw. Let's take it from 2014 and upgrade it about a decade.
It's an 11, so unless she's the worst caster ever, I've failed to save anyway. So I was asleep on my turn.
You were asleep on your turn because you would have had Okay, yeah, it's below her DC, but go ahead and make a second one to see if you wake up.
Apparently, I looked it up too. If I fail this one, I'm asleep for the duration.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh. No such luck for her this time.
All right, but you did force you out of a turn, and that could be deadly in itself.
Oh, absolutely. No, and I'm steaming because I had plans. But yes, no, that turn was a wash, but I am awake.
All right, so we are where we should have been, all things considered. So Solo, you see Kenna wake up. The lights of the sky spear have returned. But your party they are all, except Kenna, definitionally bloodied.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can hold on.
Solo is going to oh shit, hold on. Solo's gonna go ahead and make an attack. Okay, never mind. That won't work. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack with my dagger. That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
That hits a twig blight.
So that's gonna be 6 points with an extra 1d4. Well, that's 2, and then if I'm correct, I don't think okay, yeah, no. So yeah, 8 points of overall damage.
In any case, you completely snap that twig in two.
I'm going to step on it as I run this way and go here.
All right, you position yourself. Let's say you'll have some cover if anybody tries a ranged attack that's on the other side of those walls.
To try to go into stealth is an action, right? Unless you're a rogue.
Unless you have something like cunning action, yes.
Okay, bet. Then I am good. That will be my turn.
All right. So we are at the back to the top of the order. Darwin, you are in a frog's mouth, and Bradford is using that to get special leverage on you with attacks.
Do I still have the sword in the frog's eye?
You hit the frog. If you're going to make another attack, you'd have to make it like a whole new attack. If you hit it, we can kind of flare it that you have it still in there. You have no movement as you are currently restrained by it.
I understand that.
And any attack rolls you have will be at disadvantage. You can, I will say this, you can use your action to try to force yourself out of its grip, but that would be an action.
Darwin is going to bite whatever is closest to his face.
I would assume that would be the giant frog.
Yep. And it's not a Hungry Jaws attack, it's just a normal bite.
Okay, so if it's not a Hungry Jaws, that will make it your action, right? Because
Correct.
the Hungry Jaws gives it the bonus action effect.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And Does a 16 hit?
16 hits the frog.
Alrighty, and that would be 7 points of slashing damage, unless is it at disadvantage?
It should be a disadvantage. We'll just waive it for that because you two are for some reason having an eating contest with one another.
It is animalistic.
It is. So it bites you, you bite it. It's a good time. Good time for all.
And all anybody hears is just like hissing and frog noises and alligator sounds as these two reptilian amphibious creatures just are biting onto each other.
Two reptiles.
Solo's been in the wild before, and
remains.
he's seen reptiles do things, and he is purposely looking away from this scene because he knows what comes next. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, it's not like that, man. We're not snakes.
Well. Okay, so anything else? You
with
still
his
have a bonus
mouthful,
action.
With his mouth full, he's just gonna be like, screw it. Spooks! Takina! And then, instinctually, once he says spooks, the unseen servant, which nobody sees still, goes down, grabs the fruit, and then just starts running towards Kinna as far as it can get.
It has 15 feet of movement. So let's say you'd 5 from there. It's 5 to pick up the apple. And so I'll move the circle with it. What path do you want to take?
Just the most direct path, because
That would
spooks ain't that
would
smart.
be through the twig blights. So
To Kinna?
Takina.
I thought he was coming to me.
I have Baliana on my mind. I worry for Baliana. That would
Same.
be that was so basically here.
Alrighty, and then at this point, I would imagine that at least Kinna is starting to piece together, hopefully maybe, what Darwin's trying to do. And I hope only Kinna.
We'll see if anybody has seen that thing go yet.
Because I imagine, like, Spooks, my little unseen servant, if he is doing anything, he has the fruit, like, he's hiding it, like, almost as making it look like it's rolling or something. Very nonchalant, hidden.
The battle goes on, the fruit just kind of rolls away.
Yep, exactly. Because Darwin, I think at this point, imagines that he's not going to make it much longer, but he feels like if he gets the fruit to at least somebody on our side, there is hope, even if it is an unripe fruit.
It is not fully ripe yet. That is true. Baliana?
And he's still latched on to the frog too. And
That's
the
fine.
end of the turn.
It's a contest between you and the frog with biting right now. But
Yep.
the frog is not restrained, and you currently are. Because his bite's got special stuff.
Oh no.
Baliana.
Oh, boys. Alright, Baliana casts Healing Word on herself because she is literally on her last leg. Still struggling, and since this is a cantrip, so lately.
All right, so Laylee is a buff that buffs your thing. It's not
Right.
an immediate attack. So it's a bonus action to cast, and then the attack action runs with the stats that it has to cast.
Okie dokes, then she.
And I think Shillelagh. I don't know. Do you have to cast it each time, or does it stay on the weapon?
I know 14 it would have stayed for a full minute. I'm not sure at 24.
Yeah, you don't have.
Oops, I did not mean to.
You
roll
don't.
it.
You don't have to.
That was an accident.
You don't have to recast it every time.
Okay, that one was an accident. I was trying to read the description. Sorry. And she takes a swing at the blight with her quarterstaff. Let's hope it hits something.
6
Excuse me.
6 does not hit this blight, which eyes go big again.
Excuse.
Oh, you.
She's trying to figure out how to get away from the blight.
The 13. When you, after it's cast, you use the Shillelagh spellcast option, because instead of your regular modifier, you use your spellcasting modifier. So if you're trying to hit with it, the 13 would hit. The +6 is to show the difference between what it would normally use as a quarterstaff. That modifier is erased, and you go with the higher spellcasting modifier. So the 13 hits. The 13 just hits.
It just hits?
It is 13 is just enough to hit this twig blight. So you'd roll the damage, the Shillelagh damage.
Okie dokes.
Shillelagh's a pretty good buff.
All right. That'll be a 10.
It's well more than this thing has. Okay, so you smash it on the ground. It withers under your blow. One evil plant less in the world.
And Belia is going to make an attempt to get out of harm's way. Behind here.
You run towards the goblin.
I run towards Solo.
Okay, and I think it said these are 20 feet high. So you guys are gonna have, with the arrow slots there, like 3/4 cover from ranged attacks, unless somebody is at one of the open junctures. And anything else?
Alright, Balion looks beaten and her hair is singed as she puts something down, trying to take cover. We need to get out of here. Worse. We gotta find Kenna and get Darwin out. As she looks at Solo.
Solo, I'll give you a second to respond before we move to the bad guy's turn. Do you want to respond at all?
You took my hiding spot. Now they know I'm here.
They don't know you're here. They know where I am. I need to hide.
And now they're gonna come here where I also am.
I'm sorry. That's the first place I could go. I didn't know you were here.
It's a problem we'll deal with now. And that, yeah. That's all.
Alright, Belak will hold up his hand, and in a circular motion, a new flaming sphere emerges in front of Kenna, and he uses his bonus action to point for it to go. So Kenna, make a dexterity saving throw.
Isn't Kenna asleep?
No, Kenna made the second save. If Kenna was, you successfully make the throw. So the ball stops moving in front of you, and you are still going to take half damage. So you're going to take 3 points of damage, which could have been worse. And you feel the ball's rotating heat. Giant Frog's turn. Alright,
Giant Frog. Yay, let's go, Giant Frog.
It is a battle of the mouths, and you are currently restrained, which will give him advantage. I don't think a 10 hits.
Nope.
Which is, trust me, good for you. You are still restrained, though. The Goblin will... Baliana, you don't have cover from its angle. So he is going to shoot an arrow at you. And he'll miss. And he will duck back.
I started
I'm back.
singing.
We got a hippie,
Yeah.
and we got a Kenna.
Whenever I'm craving sweet treats, I'll get brownies and cookies, and I'll put cookies on the bottom and then pour brownies on top and make like a cookie brownie mix. And it's my favorite sweet treat ever. Anyways, back to D&D.
Yes.
I kind of want to get some mochi out, but I can't. Or some,
I want another energy drink. I just finished mine. I want another.
well, let's try and finish this fight for a bit.
Alright. So, Goblin's arrow missed. It sticks into the wall next to Baliana, but you might get the sense that you are not as covered as you hoped to be. Sharwin, who is staring directly down this path as she was focusing on Kenna, yells out, "Apple's rolling!"
Oh no.
And
Darwin just kind of yells at Kenna while that's happening, but his mouth is still full. So it's just like
Would I see the apple coming towards me?
no, it's not. It's not like an invisible apple, so you would
just the
probably
person rolling it's invisible.
you would probably certainly see it. And
In the air towards me.
it is dogs and daughters. 1 second.
Yeah, the apple.
In this
is
quick
kind of-
moment, I am going to grab some mochi.
I don't have another energy drink, but yeah, the unseen servant, Mr. Spooks, is just kind of rolling it towards you. I was hoping you saw it before they did.
Sorry. Most other nights where she's not bad, but when I either stream or play, she like gets excited at being a part of the chaos. As daughters do. Alright, so she holds up her hand. It fills with an icy bolt. And Kenna, you see a ray of frost shoot at you. And then add the modifiers. So that's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yep, that's a hit. The 15 was a hit too, to be clear.
I have a question.
Yes.
Spooks is technically in the way. Would he be affected at all? Like, would he take the damage instead?
What's the name of your servant? Spooks?
Spooks.
Spooks. Typically not. There are some roles to use like people and other things as like cover. But even with the 20, and we typically don't use those rolls, with the 20, it would still clear past most things in the way and hit Kenna's AC.
Alright.
Alright, so 1d8 of cold damage. Alright, so 3 points of cold damage. And your speed is reduced by 10 feet, as you can feel the ice kind of chill. So you are trapped between ice and fire at the moment. Bradford is going to hit our friend. Darwin Bradford finds purchase again for a 24.
Jesus.
You will take 4 points of damage after being reduced. 8 total, 4 reduced down with rage. And you are still restrained by that giant
so
frog.
it would be 4 damage?
It will be 4 damage, yes.
Alright, okay.
And one of the twig blights. Does your unseen servant, does it have any strength?
I don't think it has any stats. I don't know. He didn't even have a name till today. Let's see.
Let's take a look real quick.
It has an AC of 10, 1 hit point, and a strength of 2.
A strength, so it's got an extreme, so it can't. The twig blight reaches down and picks up the apple. Your unseen servant watches it. It's in the twig blight's hand now.
I feel like he would like still be holding on to it, but like he can't pull or anything, so he just like has his hand on it and his head's just slouched down like,
Like twig blight has it, they have it, but nobody.
But like, yeah, but the twig blight has it more, and Spooks refuses to let go, but his head's just like put down in defeat.
All right, Kenna, you see this? So 1, your movement speed is reduced. 2, there is a ball of fire swirling in front of you. A twig blight has the magic apple, and you have gained the attention of both of the casters. What do you do?
So I'm down to 20 feet, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to stay out of Twig Blight C's range.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable to do.
Twig Blight C actually has the apple in hand right now.
He does.
There's no glory in apples. Misty Step.
All right, where are we Misty stepping to?
Right here.
Oh boy.
All right, and the information that I will give you about the 2 casters, Sharwin looks extremely hurt. Belak looks more or less okay.
Right. I picked right in the middle of them and the Twig Blights.
You did. The Twig Blights haven't been hit yet.
I'm going to take 8 temp HP from Steps of the Fae. And I'm going to hit Sharwin with... I should have read this better, because it does say you cast Misty Step. So if it says I cast Misty Step, I probably can't use another leveled spell, even though this is a feature and not a spell.
Go ahead and use a level spell. If it didn't
Okay.
take a slot, let's not worry about it.
All right, cool. Then we're going Arms of Hadar.
Ooh.
Everybody within 5 feet of me, which I believe is both Twig Blights and Belak and Sharwin,
That is all 4.
need to make a... Let's bring that up. A strength saving throw, please, against my DC of 14.
Alright, so Belak first. Belak fails. Sharwin succeeds. And Twig Blights, super strong guys. Surprisingly, Twig Blight succeeds. And the other one will fail with a 10. So
14 damage to anybody who failed, and 7 damage to anybody who succeeded.
yeah, right. So Here is what happens. What two trigger lights? A and B. So, as you would imagine, under the weight of Hadar, and I do believe, if I'm correct lore-wise, this spell comes from pulling the energy of a dying star. So the immense weight and warping of the world around you crushes these three as their bodies crumple to the ground. And you can see Belak's body compress for a moment and then go back, and he is still alive. Anything else?
I know it's coming from the energy of a dying star, and that they're supposed to look like, weird arm things.
Like
but they do also
monsters.
look vaguely like
Spears?
lightning tentacles made up of spears. And I will shout at Belak, for the glory of the sky spear!
Okay, and he looks hurt and mad. Alright, Solo.
Does he make a concentration saving throw?
No, I keep forgetting that. He does. And he took 14 damage, so it's still going to be a DC 10.
Yeah. We're not at a range where I'm going to make him do more than 10 at this point.
Yeah, if you could crit and roll extremely well.
True.
That would be about it. He succeeds with the 12. Although the sphere is decently away from everybody at this point. Alright, after Kenna is Solo.
I have a clear sight of view of the frog from where I'm at. Through this little crack here and everything.
Yeah,
how's
let's treat
the
it like
frog
an arrow
looking?
slot.
How does the frog look?
You can see a huge chunk taken out of it that have lizard person teeth marks. It looks pretty beat up.
Solo's gonna knock an arrow, pull back, and take a deep breath, and he's gonna look at Baliana. No, you get the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna look back down, and he goes, I've always fucking hated this lizard. And he's gonna loose and try to attack the frog.
Oh,
Alright, go ahead and attack the frog.
Le frog.
little frog.
It's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits a frog.
I'm going to bonus action with the hunter's mark on there as well.
Huh?
So with the original damage of the short bow, going to be 4 points of damage with 1 point psychic damage, and then Jesus, what's with all these ones? 1 extra of the force damage as well.
So you don't think that it's enough, but it had exactly 6 points left. So you hit into it, and Darwin, you see the eyes of this frog roll upward, and you feel it's...
I want to shoot it in the eye.
You see one of its eyes, you see the arrow roll up as the eye hits it. So it's got an arrow in its eye, and the other eye rolls back as well, and it falls to the ground.
Darwin instinctually lets go with his mouth and just yells up, the fruit, Spook's got it, and like what he's yelling just sounds incoherent, but he's pointing towards the twig blight. See,
You are no longer restrained.
I know, but like he's so panicked, he's just like, hey, the guys,
Oh yeah,
listen.
I totally get it.
And then with that, I'm going to 15. I'm going to come down here. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna take the bag of gold, and I'm gonna look at the goblin. And you can have it be when it's on his turn. He decides I don't want to do a roll or anything. I want to throw him the bag of gold and be like, take this and get out while you still can, and end my turn.
Okay. With that, we go to the top of the order. Darwin, the frog is dead. Bradford still has his sword out.
Give me a second to finish typing my notes. Okay. So, at this point, I see nothing I can do with spooks. So, Darwin, still very much flustered and upset, is going to turn his attention towards the closest thing he sees.
Get it, Darwin.
And his eyes don't quite seem right. It's almost animalistic, like the rage is fully taking control of him. So he just lunges at him.
Okay, let's see if you can break past Sir Bradford's defense. Is this teeth out?
Yes, his teeth are out because he's going to both bite, and then he's going, for his bonus action, do the frenzy bite. So he's going to bite him twice.
Okay.
They're hungry jaws, not frenzy bite.
Alright, make 2 rolls of biting attacks.
So for hungry jaws, which I should have rolled second, is a 10.
Okay, and what's the main attack?
The main attack is even worse. It's a 7.
That neither one hits.
So
go ahead. You can describe it.
So Darwin gets on all fours, lunges himself up towards him like some kind of large cat. His eyes are all dilated. He's hissing. He's growling, and his frills up, and he's just going. Ah! And then I imagine he just gets knocked back by the shield.
Okay. Yes, he does impose his shield. Baliana?
Right. Coming out from behind here, was she able to see the fruit from this angle?
Yeah. If you survey the battlefield, you can see the twig blight has fruit in its clawed hands.
All right. She is gonna make a run for. She's gonna try and make. Let me see. 30 feet. Would that count by 33 feet? Yeah, it would. So I have to take a dash action to get over there.
Okay. The twig blight looks up at you. Those little twig blight eyes grow big at you again.
If you don't want to get hurt, hand me the fruit.
It does like this little baby Yoda half pull away from you.
Please, as she holds her hand out.
We will see what it does on its turn.
It'll help a lot of people if you do.
All right, Baliana, anything else?
That'll be it.
Okay, so let me see how much movement Flaming Spear. Oh no. Let's see. Flaming. So, Baliana.
Oh no.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you move into this movable range.
If GM,
what's up?
If I succeed, would I be able to grab the blight to safety?
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So your main concern is pulling that twig blight out of the flame ball's path.
Yep.
So if you roll with disadvantage and succeed, you can grab the twig blight.
Okie dokes.
If you fail, you do not grab the twig blight.
Okie dokes. Let's do this. Come on. Oh, and I do not grab him.
You do not grab him. Now, I will say this. What you do see is, as the flame sphere moves through him, he is entirely incinerated, and the apple falls to the ground.
I know. The apple would stay in place because
The apple's still floating.
spooks never let go.
What the?
And Bailiana, I need you to take, that's not too bad, 3 points of fire damage. And that is his bonus action. And Kenna, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Sir, I refuse and choose to roll a 5.
So as you refuse, he puts his hand out and thunderous energy comes forward and slams you back 10 feet. And you are going to take 15 points of thunder damage.
Wow.
Ooh.
He rolled well.
As Kenna's going backwards, she just yells, "Oh!"
And let's see, do you land prone? Doesn't say you land prone. So let's say you're not prone. As Belak yells out to Bradford, "Kill that one first."
Which one is talking about, me or Kenna?
The one that just flew by. And as such, Bradford... Oh no, the Goblin goes next. Solo, the Goblin... Did you put it right in front of the Goblin, or does the Goblin have to come forward? Hippie?
I ended my turn by throwing the bag at him, so the bag essentially at the end of my turn was up in the air. So he just would have had to catch the bag.
All right, he will catch the bag and he starts running.
In Goblin, I'm gonna whisper as he's leaving, make a life for yourself.
I want that goblin to have a name now.
We can name him Gobbledygook. That's
Gobbledygook. Let's go with it. Any name's a good name.
All right, so Bradford is going to turn away from you, Darwin, and he's going to step towards Kenna. He's exiting your range without disengaging, so if you would like to attack him, you are free to take an attack.
I would love to. Just like one normal attack?
Normal attack. Any attack that takes one action.
Alright, then he is just going to do one scimitar.
Okay, roll a scimitar attack.
That's a 15. Does it hit?
It hits off his armor, clings, and does no damage.
Okay.
But he does lift his sword two-handed into the air, Kenna. And he tries to bring it down. Oh god, no. 26.
Oh, Christ.
And this is a two-handed attack.
Oh god.
So you're going to take 14 points of slashing damage. And he is standing there looking at you. And he has murder in his eyes and dark gray bark skin on his neck. He looks very much like the Gulthias Tree.
I'm down.
All right, so everybody sees Kenna collapse underneath this strike.
Darwin just has like a look of pure terror on his face because he's been basically fighting this guy the entire time, and you just watched him take down Kenna, somebody he imagines much stronger, in one hit.
There are no twig lights left on the field, so Kenna, please make a death saving throw.
Okie dokie.
One failure.
Oh,
You start to slip from life. Solo, you see Kenna is down. Baliana is at the risk of being put on fire. And Darwin has more bite marks in him than he has given. What do you do?
DM. So, there's another peephole for another really good archer point right here.
We can use that
Right
as
for
a
Barrick.
slot to go through.
Okay, so I have a question. It's been hard because I keep taking things out right. Either the blights are like one shots or the frog was already close to death. I have the mastery in the bow and I haven't been able to use it because everything keeps dying. Can I use the advantage from the hit on my last attack and use it against this guy? Since the frog is no longer alive?
No, does it have the Vex property?
Yeah. It's been like 3 times I've gotten hits with this short bow. It's like every time I get hits with the short bow, I can never make this next attack because they're just dead by the time that I like am able to like get around to like actually. It's got to be
against
Okay.
the creature that you hit.
Right.
It's like I'm doing so well in killing everything. Can I have
to
a
try
bonus?
harder to kill things, you know? Like, I need to make sure that Kenna survives. And in order to do that, means these 2 people need to die. And I will pull whatever strings I need to make sure that happens.
Bradford is looking menacing over Kenna.
I'm going to take my shot at the Outcast.
Okay.
Sweet, for a 22.
That hits.
I'm on a Hunter's Market for 9 points of regular damage, 3 points of psychic damage, and 4 points of force damage. And if this is it, can I describe it?
You are more than welcome to describe what it looks like.
I want there to be so much force and like psychic pain in his brain that it almost pins him to the tree. Like it sticks through his neck and the sheer force like drags him and like sticks him to the tree, and he's just left there like gasping for air as the flame ball flickers out of existence. And the life slowly drains from his eyes as he chokes on the last air he ever breathed in. Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
Right, and thus tells the tale of Belak. But Sir Bradford remains. Solo,
See what I
anything
mean?
else?
Now I can't use Vexed. What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. That's it for my turn.
All right, Darwin.
You guys are the best.
So I know this is my bonus action, but I want to do it first. From Baliana's perspective, the apple just kind of floats into her hand.
Okay.
And then she feels kind of like a tap on her shoulder, like a friendly tap, like good job.
So your bonus action gives
that's my bonus
Baliana
action.
the apple.
Before looking around in confusion.
Darwin looks at her while he does this, and watching the apple go in, and then he just looks at Sir Bradford, takes a deep breath, and just says, "Hey, over here! Look at me!"
He turns his head.
Let's see. Should he do that? And then he just goes ahead and shoots him right in between the eyes with his longbow. And does a... Oh, no. Nope, it's a 13.
It does not.
I should have done Vicious Mockery. That was the plan, but I didn't expect him to actually look, and then that changed my mind. Well, I guess that's the end of my turn.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Right. Baliana, you are holding an apple.
Right. I gotta keep running. But she stopped immediately, seeing Kenna on the ground. No, not Kenna!
Go. Darwin just kind of whispers to you, "Keep going."
But
And while trying to keep Sir Bradford's attention.
Kenna, hang on! Yeah, she uses healing word.
Alright, how much does he get back? Does she get back?
6.
Kenna, you spark back to life on the ground.
And she proceeds trying to keep her distance between Brad and her. And she'll immediately stop here.
Okay. So, Kenna, you're back on the ground. Bradford is still standing over you.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to take his sword and aim it at the person who attempted to shoot an arrow. Being prone, I think you would get disadvantage on the attack, but you are welcome to take an attack of opportunity as he steps away.
Oh yes, no, we'll definitely take it.
That his shield isn't currently in play, but that is not enough.
All right, 15.
15 does not hit.
All right, good.
And Darwin, he takes his sword two-handed, and with the extra force, he attempts to thrust it into you.
Alright, okay, let's hope this...
15 to
Isn't-
hit.
Oh, yep, that hits by 1. Okay.
Alright. Take 13 points of damage. You're still raging, so that would round down to 6.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
does put his sword into you. And he has the look in his eyes, and you can see those eyes which you tried to shoot out a second ago.
Darwin, for some strange reason, just has, like, a defiant grin on his face and doesn't break eye contact with him.
Kenna, would you like to get up and dust yourself off?
Ooh, do I get a turn? Yes, I would.
You can always pass your turn. You don't have to,
I
but you
will
can.
not do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So I'll remind. So getting up from prone would
Oh,
take
damn it,
15
yeah,
feet,
no.
15 feet of movement. So you have 15 feet left.
1, 2, 3. I'm trying really hard not to push him towards Baliana. Booming Blade with the Booming Blade with the spear. So spear attack 18.
That hits.
That's gonna be 8 radiant damage. Place feels undeadish. I'm doing radiant damage. He moves 10 feet away from me, and if he moves before my next turn, 1d8 thunder damage.
I'm assuming you're pushing him towards the tree.
Yes. Yeah, away from us.
All right. So, anything else?
Yes, I am definitely going to Blow that last Misty Step specifically so I can get the temporary HP. And I disappear behind. I go behind this wall.
All right, you are behind the wall.
And I'm gonna get 6 temp HP.
Okay, does your push make him prone by chance?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think it only moves him 10 feet.
All right, so he puts his feet in the ground and does like the anime pushback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 feet straight away from me.
Solo.
Solo's gonna straighten out like that. Straight shot through his little peeky hole. And take a shot with his short bow. Of course. 8.
Hits ineffectively into his shield.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for my turn.
Right after Solo becomes our very bloodied friend Darwin, who is sustained entirely by his rage at this point.
All right.
He is still sustained.
I can't really cast any spells while I'm on rage, so I can't heal myself. He is just going to... Let me think. It's dangerous if I get close, but there's a very low chance I could hit him with my ranged attacks. And plus, if I get close, I can do more than just one attack. But I am also at 5 health.
Would you like to close the gap and attempt to destroy Sir Bradford?
Okay, here's what I want to happen. Spooks to go behind him and tap him, just kind of get him to look away. Because Spooks can't do any damage, but he can still just kind of like, hey, I'm right here.
Let me look very specifically at his description to see if he can do the help action, because I don't know if he can do the help action.
Okay.
So, I'm going to say that it can't mechanically give the help action, that is, it won't give you advantage on the attacks, but for Flare, you could do that.
Alright, give me a second. So, and Darwin looks at him with the defiant grin on his face. I've had a little help this entire time. That little spell that you thought I casted, I did. His name's just Spooks, and he's right behind you. And then Darwin is going to run towards him. His words is, for glory, for death, for friends, for family. And then he's going to, in one single swipe, try to stab with his scimitars through both sides of him, in like the gut sides area beneath the rib cage.
All right, roll the attacks.
Alrighty, first one. 14.
Does not hit.
Second one, 16.
Hits only because he's been attacking two-handed with and not using his shield, so that one will hit. So the secondary one hits. Roll damage will subtract out the modifier, so 5.
And he's like, if this is the end, let it be. And he just kind of twists it a little bit inside. It doesn't do any extra damage, but it just kind of, just kind of makes it more exciting.
All right. Twisting inside can be exciting. Yes. All right, and it is Bradford. No, it's Bayliana's turn. Bayliana goes after Darwin. Bayliana.
Yep. Bayliana continue to go behind here, carrying the apple. I got it. Kenna, you're right.
I have achieved some glory,
Good.
but I heard a lot.
Hang on. Let me see if I can help you with that. As she touches Kenna and casts Cure Wounds.
Okay. How much does Kenna get?
13.
I love that Cure Wounds comes up as damage. Take 13 points of healing damage.
Healing damage. I want that to be
Your
a
friend
thing.
attacked you.
With kindness.
I want that to be a thing, a reverse damage.
Dear gods.
Enemy attacks you, you get healed instead of hurt. Enemy confused. Huh?
You know what? I think I might have to learn about more fighting after this.
Okay, so Bayliana, anything else?
I end my turn. Because I think that's covered.
All right, so Bradford doesn't have to move because
No, he doesn't.
Because his enemy came to him.
Yep.
So
Yep, he did.
Bradford again, 2-hand thrust, 22 to hit,
Yeah, that definitely hits.
and 2-hand thrust. You are going to take. So
You're such a
12
fool.
rounds down to 6, takes 6 points of damage. And from your tracker, he thrusts into your chest, and as he pulls it out, you collapse unconscious on the ground.
But he does so with a smile. And I imagine now, no, Spooks would still be there. Spooks still can't do anything, but Spooks is there. Or has it been an hour?
No, actually, it's I don't know. It's not even been a minute yet since battle started. Time in
Hey,
D&D
Nixie.
combat is ridiculous. Is very ridiculously calculated.
Man, all of this. Man, if you think about it, all this happened in a minute. That is insane.
I find it crazy that this is a concentration spell. Either way,
So, do I have to do anything, or do I just have to wait till my next turn?
on your turn, you'll be rolling death saving throws if nobody gets you up. And Kenna, it is your turn. The wall is 20 feet. If you peer around it, you will see Darwin has ended up in a similar situation to one you were in a minute ago.
6. I'm gonna smash him. You get Darwin.
All right, I'll try.
Booming blade to the spear. Damn it, that's a miss.
That's a Kenna roll.
Yeah, but Kenna has been much better today, so you're allowed 1, Kenna. But only 1.
1.
1. Once
Everybody gets
and
1.
no more.
Everybody gets one.
You want to watch this?
I do.
And
I
I-
want to watch this with all of my heart.
Hi, puppy.
Think I don't have a bonus action this turn. All right.
Solo, the scene unfurls in front of you. What do you do?
Solo's going to have an arrow drawn back and knocked And he's going to loose at Sir Bradford.
All right, currently DC 16. So
10.
his shield is collecting your arrows. That's like the second one that hit into it.
Yeah. And then... Okay, hold on. Alright. I'm gonna take 20 feet of movement, go right here. DM, since I'm a small critter, can I fit through this little space, this little gap here? That's right in front of me. Hold on, this one right here.
So
I'm I'm not medium size. I'm like a little size or something.
let's say yes, but count it as the square through it is difficult terrain.
So it's half,
like
half movement.
Yeah, it'll cost double movement for that square. It's not a big gap.
Okay. So 5, 10. That was 20. Okay, so that's my movement right there. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Darwin, you have the honor of rolling a death saving throw.
All right. I'll say this, if this is the way Darwin goes out, I'm happy with it. Roll. Okay, yep, but that was a failure.
That is one failure.
Like I said, if this is the way he goes, it's dumb how the fight started, but the fight was so awesome, I am happy if he goes this way.
Bailiana.
Alright. I put the apple in my shirt and... Can I get to Darwin? Yes, I can.
I'm pretty sure you can. I make it so much. I'm like, I think this plan works.
And she hurried over to Darwin. Darwin, please, just hang on a bit longer. As she used Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
13.
Darwin, you snap back awake on the ground with 13 points of healing damage.
Alright, how do I get myself back up? Alright, I think I've figured it out.
You're not gone. You're not gonna be gone yet.
I'm back up, and he just starts, like, he goes, and although terrified, he is no longer enraged, and he's calmed down. He looks around like, oh, this is still happening.
Yep, it's still happening. So let's get you a... Get this done.
Are we still winning?
I think so.
And then he just kind of stands up, dusts himself off. He seems perfectly fine, besides being covered in blood and bite marks.
Hey, Bailiana, do you have any other actions you can take?
Nope.
Okay. So, Bradford.
Oh, and I don't have my rage protecting me anymore if he
No,
attacks me.
you are both out of rage and on the ground. There's so many enemy stat blocks. There we go. Bradford will try to stab you through the heart. Darwin
Misses.
14.
Wait.
Does a 14
That's
hit?
exactly
14.
my... who is he hitting?
He's hitting you, Darwin.
14 is exactly my armor class.
He is thrusting down at your chest. And you will take 11 points of damage as he stabs into you. And you are taking the full brunt of the damage as you are no longer raging.
Alright.
Kenna.
That was 11, right?
Yes.
All right, Kenna, you know what to do. We hit him with the spear. Ooh,
That hits.
25. Booming blade for it, per usual. So he's going to move. Ooh, he's going to take 11 points of radiant, and gets pushed back 10 feet. And if he moves, it's 1d8 thunder.
Actually, you get to describe what happens to the last enemy in our adventure.
Yo!
So Kenna has definitely kind of raised the spear up, and the point is coming down, and you can just hear her murmuring to herself, "Sky spear, sky spear, sky spear." And when she connects with Sir Bradford, there's a crackle of energy, and he is pushed back the 10 feet, and then that thunderous energy of the booming blade is just like, well, he was gonna move it when he falls to his death anyway, and it just shatters the bark off of him, and he collapses to the ground. And Kenna is almost in a state of religious ecstasy as it happens. Sky spear, sky spear, sky spear!
There is a question that remains to be asked. Bayliana, what do you do with that apple?
I still keep it on my person.
Fates are in your hand, Bayliana.
It's in her shirt.
It's in your shirt, Bayliana.
No shit. I think we should get going.
Are we still in initiative order?
No, there is no need for initiative order.
Darwin's like coughing up. Darwin's
I
coughing
say-
up blood, and Spooks helps him up.
I say we cut it up into quarters right now, split it up between the four of us, and we decide what we do with each quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Darwin like silently nods, and from your guys' perspective, he's like, it's like somebody's helping him up and holding him up, but you guys can't see what. He has like his arm over Spooks's, what would be Spooks's body, and he's just like, yeah. Everything hurts.
I think that's a good idea.
Everything feels glorious.
Okay.
Kenna is definitely like 4 shades paler than she should be, though.
And then Darwin, like, still out of it, he just looks at Kenna and like, I think anything on that fella is yours.
Yes, we should look at that.
Mm.
Can I loot his body?
Which one do you want to start with?
Bradford, honestly. He died for the glory of the Sky Spear, and I am
So
extreme.
the interesting, roll an investigation check real quick. So the only thing of real interest is the sword is very ornately designed. It's got a very special sheen to it. Whatever
It looks very nice.
whatever changed their skin, it's almost like these weren't real humans anymore.
Yeah. I will take the sword and kind of tuck it in a belt. I could probably attach this to the end of a piece of wood and make it a spear.
That sounds like a good idea.
That sounds nice. And then, hold on, can I move both of them at once? No, well,
You
yeah, but I'm
technically can. You select the arrow and you can click and drag. It is possible to select multiple tokens.
Spooks kind of rests Darwin up against the wall, who's still very much weak, coughing up blood. He falls down, takes Gerald out of his pocket, and just like, I think I'm gonna stay here for a while.
Solo,
What are you talking about?
Sorry, Solo, you're circling around the tree. Do you do anything to the tree?
Yeah, I wanted to, because I remember overhearing there's something about there being a vampire in the roots. And I'm looking at the body that I shot where like the arrow's sticking to the tree and there's blood physically running. Would there be any reaction to a vampire rooted
vampire
tree
So
having blood kind of on it?
the blood there, nothing. The tree doesn't seem to react to anything. It just looks dead. Specifically, what he said is the tree is the stake that staked a vampire, and a tree grew from that stake. So it is part. It is.
Listen,
It's like
if you
it's.
ever want to talk about follow-ups for another one shot, this is a great segue right there. That's just like, come on, blood.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I am investigating the tree essentially, but I'm not gonna interrupt this moment at the moment.
Okay, Bailiana, what were you saying?
All right, she starts to bring out the apple, and
Darwin has like a smile once he sees the apple, but he's still very weak. But he's like, "You guys got it from him." And then he taps Spooks on the side, and you hear the tapping of like him hitting something, but you still don't see it.
All right, let's split this apple up in fours.
You guys keep my half, my
What are you
quarter.
talking about?
I don't think I need it.
Yes, you do. You're not dead.
Yeah, Scylla's gonna walk over and look down at you and be like, "Spit some dirt into your wound. Get up and come eat some fruit."
I think I'm just gonna sit here for a bit, and then once I'm better, I think I'm gonna leave this place behind.
I'm eating your share.
Is it
Darwin
actually
nods.
fruit? Solo, is it actually fruit? You aren't going to switch it out with those diseased rats again, are you?
Or
No, it's the actual fruit.
one last thing. Spooks here. It
Well,
says
yeah.
Spook says it's unripe, and once again you hear him tapping on the side of somebody that's next to him, but you don't see him.
Do you have an imaginary friend?
Kind of. He's like the only ghost I like. He can't really attack, but he helps me out. Go ahead, come up, feel him.
No, thank you.
I don't think I want to molest your imaginary friend. I'm sorry.
Darwin doesn't even like he's so out of it that doesn't register to him. He's just like, he's all right. He's all bone.
No, thank you again.
That's worse.
He's a skeleton.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Like, he's just sitting there.
No, that's better or worse.
He's leaning against an invisible person with his mouse in his hand, just like half dead, just arguing with you guys. Not even
I'm ready
half
to eat
dead.
a fruit, though.
He's 2 hits away from death.
I mean, Solo's also, I think we're all.
Real quick,
and we can take a rest.
Can Darwin, since Darwin's not going to take his piece of fruit, can he real quick use his last spell slot to just heal himself, unless we're going to do some kind of rest?
I would imagine that the party could rest if they would want.
Yes, please.
Can we divvy out? Can we figure out what we're doing with the fruit? I mean, like, combat is over. Like, we can definitely long rest it up, but can we, like,
Divvy
figure
up
out
the
what we're
fruit.
doing with, like, the quest item?
So you
Darwin
guys,
is going to let you guys have his section of the fruit.
so you guys can decide what you want to do, but with the time consideration and considering that this really is the last thing to do in the Sunless Citadel, the question that I have for everybody is, would the party leave the Citadel together?
Yes.
Solo
I wouldn't
would
see
not.
why not.
Solo will not.
Solo would pat the tree and say that someone needs to stay here and make sure that corruption doesn't overtake it again.
Solo's gonna
And
be
make
the
sure-
new Belak.
And make sure that the fruits are
Distribute.
yes, thank you, distributed out evenly and everything like that. Possibly even allow more to be planted and stuff like that. Solo plans on seeing this dead area thrive and grow.
Darwin limps over with the help of Spooks back over to everybody else and just like, I'm gonna stick with you folks for a bit.
All right, I want to describe.
Well,
Go ahead.
I've been wanting to ask you something. Would it be okay if, once I get the seeds back to my grandmother, would it be alright if I train under you?
I would love that.
Me too. It would be nice to have a home, even if it's a moving one. Plus, I think I'm a bit more impulsive than even you. Maybe you could teach me some patience out of all people.
And what about you, Solo? Will you come with us?
I don't think I will. I think this place needs a green thumb to take care of it, and I think I've got it. And I can also make sure more fruits are grown with the seeds from my quarter and Mr. Darwin's quarter as well. So come back and visit. Maybe I'll have more fruits for each of you to take your own next time.
Darwin looks at
Sounds
us.
wonderful.
Darwin looks at Solo with like a mischievous grin, but like a friendly, like he believes in him. Good luck with the dragon, the goblins, and the kobolds.
Oh, I forgot about the dragon. Oh no.
And the kobolds.
The kobolds will deal with themselves.
Yeah, I feel like they will get to the goblins, and the goblins will massacre them.
Honestly, the goblins deal with the kobold problem in and of itself. It's the dragon that I'm really concerned with. That's the problem you guys don't have to concern yourselves with. In fact, you guys have safe passage out. Just avoid the kobolds. That's a problem I'm now dealing with.
We'll come back and visit, okay?
Okay, don't kill anyone next time you come here, please.
No promises.
No guarantee.
Oh, jeez. I'll try to make sure they don't kill anybody.
Oh, Darwin, real quick, he limps over without the help. He goes over to Solo. And as a sign of good faith, he gives him Balsag's head. Just to help out with the goblin a bit, or with the dragon a bit.
Solo, do you accept that?
Solo's gonna like kind of take the head and like look at it and just, thank you. It's definitely gonna help with the dragon problem. And then just like drop it on the ground and like wipe his hands on like his tunic and everything. It'll help. Thank you so much, Darwin. The thought really, really goes a long way.
No problem.
Okay, so I'll give you guys this scene as the three of you exit. So you, as you ascend back to the surface, and you climb out of this very deep pit that you are in. You entered in midsummer or thereabouts. When you exit, you are in the middle of a blizzard. You climb to the top of the cliff. You look out towards the old road in the forest. The first thing that strikes your eye is there are several dragons, silver-coated dragons in the sky. One leading the pack, As he flies forward, the clouds in front of him disintegrate and become a part of this blizzard that is coating Midsummer. And there are rows of adult silver dragons behind him. And behind them in the distance, there are what seems to be a fleet of flying ships. And as they are going forward overhead, the distance, you hear the march of a column of something. And banners that you have never seen are marching in formation towards something. A very, very deep armed formation. And as they go into the endeavor, real quick, would anybody try to contact or do anything with them?
I feel like Darwin's too weak and too scared to even do anything.
Belial is just standing there in shock, wondering what's going on.
We don't recognize the banners on either side. Like it's.
And they all are marching the same direction. Roll a history check.
No.
You do not, but they look elvish in nature, at least the ones that are hanging from the airships in the distance. And we will close out our scene with this incredible amount of dragons. And if once you get closer, columns of silver dragonborn flanked by riding elves, all heading towards an objective in the distance. We will close out your victory with the reminder that there are still powerful forces at work in the world. And that is where we will end the Sunless Citadel.
All right. I'm
Nice and done, DM. That was a lot of fun.
Yay!
That was awesome, DM. Thank
That
you
was
so
amazing.
much. That was a hell of a lot of fun.
I have a question. Would this now make Darwin and Baliana members of the Sky Spear?
That's a question for Kenna.
You. So my headcanon around. See, we're gonna get into Kinna's backstory a little bit. Kinna will absolutely adopt you into the Sky Spear clan. If you were to encounter another member of her clan and tell them that you were a member of the Sky Spear clan, you might get laughed at a little bit, because it turns out that Kinna is particularly overzealous. And the clan actually has a different name. Kinna is just over enamored with a particular sect of their traditions. So yes, Kinna will tell you that you can through training be adopted into the Sky Spear clan. It doesn't get you anything though.
It does help Darwin in his backstory, which is he just wants to find a family and a home.
Well, I mean, we're going off to Baliana's grandmother's house.
Yep.
Barring her having been eaten by a wolf, we can probably have a little found family thing going on there, and then go on further adventures.
I don't want to play as Darwin much more, but if we are doing that, I 100% will continue on with Darwin. Because that's just such a wholesome thing.
I think we're going back to Fayjammer after this, right, DM?
So
Are we?
The current plan is we can do the combat one shot if everybody's on board.
I am on board with that, and I know for a fact I will be returning for that. I don't know. I really hope I'll return to play more games with you guys, but as of now, the only thing I'm confirmed for is the combat one shot.
If you would like to join us in Fayjammer, you are absolutely welcome. The spot is yours.
I would love to.
The spot
Yeah.
is yours.